Good afternoon, I'm Shawn Yao, and this is One News Now. The IATF has provisionally approved the guidelines for the granular lockdown system in Metro Manila. For the details, we have Maricel Halili joining us live from Mandaluyong City to help us break down these new levels. Mase, how will this new approach work? Tell us all about it.
Hi, Sean. Well, finally, the Interagency Task Force has already approved the initial guidelines for the pilot testing of granular lockdown or the alert level system. Imposition on that will start on September 16, at least the pilot testing in Metro Manila. So according to Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque, there won't be any other quarantine classifications aside from ECQ and GCQ. So we just have to wait for the announcement of the IATF or at least the Department of Health, whether your area, our area, will be under general community quarantine or enhanced community quarantine.
All right, that is a little bit confusing. We might have to take some time to get used to that, but how many alert levels are there or will there be? And what are the differences between the different levels?
Okay, Sean, if the people in authority decided to place a particular area under the general community quarantine, the guidelines will depend on the alert level. There will be 4 alert levels under GCQ. For alert level 1, or in general, there is a general principle in imposing these different alert levels. There is this what they call 3 C's. It refers to close, crowded, and close contact. So in alert level 1, these industries which belong to these 3 C's, the close, crowded, and close contact, all these industries will be allowed to operate. An example of close industry are those places that do not have ventilation, like indoor restaurants. For crowded industry, of course, these are the industries that require gatherings or actually encourage mass gatherings. And for close contact, these are the industries that actually require physical contact between the server and the customers. For example, salons. So under alert level 1, all the industry under these 3 C's categories will be allowed to operate. For alert level 2, only 50% will be allowed to operate. For alert level 3, 30% of these industries will be allowed to operate. And under alert level 4, all these industries will be closed. And of course, the mobility, the movement of the people will also depend on the alert level of your particular area.
All right, you're right. We're going to need a cheat sheet for all of that. I think better have a printout at home. But what happens now to the old CQs that we got used to, the old quarantine classifications? Are these now extinct except for the 2 you mentioned, which is, if I'm not mistaken, ECQ and GCQ?
Yeah, so starting on September 15 or September 16, at least here in Metro Manila, we will not be using MECQ and MGCQ anymore. There are only 2 classifications that we have to consider, the GCQ and ECQ. So under GCQ, there will be 4 alert levels, and the Department of Health will be in charge in identifying which particular cases will fall under GCQ. ECQ, or the Enhanced Community Quarantine, will be like alert level 5. It will be the last resort if they see that there's a sudden surge of the COVID cases and we have another crisis when it comes to hospital utilization. That's the time that they will declare ECQ or alert level 5.
All right, we're starting to get used to it. Now, I just want to know who the person in authority is. You mentioned that this is the one who gets to decide which barangays or houses or streets or buildings will indeed be placed under granular lockdown. Now, is this a group of people or is this a certain body or organization?
Well, in principle, the Department of Health will be the one that will draft the category or the criteria in declaring or identifying which particular areas, particular community or places will be under a certain category. But of course, they will listen or they will consider the recommendation of a particular local government unit.
Okay, and did the palace have anything to say about the appeal of NCR mayors to allow fully vaccinated people to move around some more? Any development on that?
That is actually one of the issues, Sean, why they cannot finalize the guidelines yet. So far, Undersecretary Den Singh of the DILG said that they still have to discuss the appeal of Metro Manila mayors when it comes to the criteria in identifying which particular cases will be under alert level 4. The Metro Manila mayors feel that it will be unfair for Metro Manila to consider the hospital utilization of the tertiary hospitals in their cities because some of the or majority of the patients did not come from Metro Manila. They also accommodate patients from nearby provinces or from other provinces. So they feel that if this trend will continue, it will be difficult for the cities in Metro Manila to be out or to be under a lower alert level. So this is one of the issues that they have to discuss.
Right, so any other guidelines that the IATF is finalizing for the pilot implementation on this policy shift starting September 15? We have about actually 5-6 days left, something like that.
Well, that's one of the issues that they have to finalize the criteria in identifying the particular areas which will be under alert level 1, 2, and 3. And of course, there are also some concerns that they have to consider, the concerns from some local government units. They also, actually the LGUs or the business sector is also requesting the IATF to consider the opening of a restaurant even under alert level 4. This is to help small businesses to recover from their loss. They're hoping that at least even in under alert level 4, they will allow al fresco, even not the indoor dining. And that's one of the issues. And like what I said, the criteria for declaring the alert levels and the proposal of the about the implementation of the vaccine bubble.
All right, now let's move on to another topic unrelated to COVID this time. What did presidential spokesman Roque have to say about his little outburst on doctors during the last IATF meeting? That viral video.
Well, he admitted that there was a drama during the IATF meeting last, I think that was last Tuesday. He admitted that there was an emotional outburst coming from his part because he was angry about the proposal of 2 particular doctors. Well, Secretary Roque said that even these 2 doctors, particularly Dr. Limpin, was also emotional during that meeting because she actually cried when they were discussing about the lockdown issue. He said that Dr. Limpin, together with another doctors, were recommending to extend the imposition of hard lockdown in Metro Manila for another 2 weeks. And apparently, Secretary Roque is not in favor of this recommendation because he feels that there's already a need to open the economy because a lot of people have already lost their jobs. Because of this, of course, there was an emotional outburst. Secretary Roque said that he is apologizing actually to these doctors if these doctors feel offended because of the way he told his piece. But Secretary Roque said he will never apologize with the message that he imparted.
All right, thank you for breaking all of that down for us. Maricel Halili reporting to us live from Mandaluyong. Stay safe, Maricel. And workers' groups are now demanding an apology from presidential spokesman Harry Roque over that viral video where he went off on health workers. Shape Up said Roque disrespected healthcare workers whose only intent is to save lives of fellow Filipinos. The Alliance of Health Workers and Filipino Nurses United, meanwhile, also called for Roque's resignation, along with that of President Duterte. These are all in reaction to that video that we have been talking about that was obtained by the Inquirer, where Roque berates a group of experts for opposing the new quarantine policy.
Dapat bumitiw na rin si Secretary Roque dyan sa kanyang pwesto kasi talagang pag ganyan ang ating spokesperson, it reflects doon sa presidente natin.
Alam kong tatakbo ka bilang senador. Hindi ko sigurado kung karapat-dapat ka ding iboto kahit hindi maganda na ang magiging mambabatas ay may ganyang attitude.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is once again calling on China to recognize the Philippines' victory in the 2016 Hague ruling. Blinken spoke with Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Locsin Jr. for the 75th anniversary of U.S.-Philippine diplomatic relations. The two officials also discussed many issues, among them the COVID-19 pandemic, economic management, and human rights issues. Jolina left 14 people dead and 20 more injured after its onslaught in parts of Visayas and Mindanao on Wednesday. 7 fishermen are still missing. The tropical cyclone also resulted in around 286 million pesos worth of damage to crops and infrastructure. Jolina left the Philippine area of responsibility on Thursday night after making its 9th landfall in Mariveles, Bataan. In sports, 19-year-old Phil-Canadian athlete Leila Fernandez beat world number 2 Irina Sabalenka in the semis of the 2021 U.S. Open Tennis Championships. Fernandez, who represents Canada but has Filipino and Ecuadorian roots, will be facing off with Britain's Emma Raducanu in her first career Grand Slam. The teenager's U.S. Open run also saw her beat former champions Naomi Osaka and Angelique Kerber. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.